Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha. Come with me as I take an early morning trip to do something that I've never done before. So with the holidays coming up, I decided that I wanted to go spend the Christmas holidays and my birthday with my mom in Connecticut. And I had the bright idea that instead of driving, which would take about 9 hours, or the bus, which will take, I don't know, 12, 15 hours, I decided that I would take the train. I have never taken the train to the States before, and I was really excited about it. So here I am pulling into the Union Station bus terminal. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've been to Union Station. This place, I didn't even recognize it.
Thanks for choosing Go.
But I was really impressed. It was, really cool to see how it was. And I had a really good and efficient driver that got me there on time, which was perfect because I took a 6:40 bus to get me into Toronto by 7:35, and my train was not until 8:20. But yeah, it turned out that it was exactly the amount of time that I needed. Here I am going through Union Station. I had no clue where to go. I went in one door, almost got lost, and I decided to just ask somebody for directions because the signage wasn't really good. And this kind gentleman decided to help me. It was great because I got there just about 2 minutes before they started boarding. Always up for a good train ride, so it was wonderful because it was very spacious, and we pulled out of Toronto Union Station on time. One of the staff decided to tell me that I was sitting beside the emergency exit, so I would need to be the person that pulls the lever just in case there is an emergency. I'm slightly panicked for a moment, but thank God we went through it without incident. So once I got my luggage all squared away, I got all settled in because it was about a 2.5-hour trip to the border, I believe. I even decided to Google to see which side would be the most scenic, filled out my customs card, and just settled in. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed because it was just a rainy day, but I was like, okay, even if it's rainy, I like the beauty of the rain, so even if it's rainy, if it's pretty, that will be good. I had to use the washroom, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was clean and tidy. We got to Niagara Falls, and I wasn't sure how the process would be for customs, but we had to get into a line, had dogs sniff us. But in general, it was good. It was, no events, and we were there about an hour, and then we got back on the train. Fun fact, I used to think that Niagara Falls was Canada and Buffalo was New York. On the way to the cafe car, I saw these trash bins. I was impressed. Anyhow, I got some food, a burger there, and it was really good. This was the first sign of civilization that we'd seen for a bit. I know that it's a train, so it was mostly very rural, and by this point, this is how I was feeling, just staring at nothingness and just trying to keep myself occupied. Shout out to the random woman that came on, was very loud and kept us entertained.
Station stop Amsterdam, rear today's train. Anybody for Amsterdam, we're at the rear of today's train.
So remember that whole bit about me Googling to see which side of the train I should sit on to get the best views? What I didn't take into account was that I was traveling in December. We're in daylight savings time. After 4 o'clock, 4:35 o'clock, it's dark. So it doesn't matter what views are outside. I'm not getting any of them. So anyhow, but we came across this bridge. I don't know. So can somebody comment if you know what bridge that was? It was really pretty and lit up. And then sometime later, about 9:20, we pulled into Penn Station. I was so happy to get off of this train after being on there for 12 hours. Well, let me tell you, I got a burst of excitement after getting off the train and getting into the station. Listen, New York definitely has a buzz and energy about it. I was so excited. I really wish that I had more time. I would have walked around, just the streets for a little bit, where it was bright, obviously. But I didn't. Again, I got kind of turned around in the station. I was trying to figure out how to get up to the street level so that I can take an Uber. I had to ask directions. I had no idea where to go. Anyhow, I finally figured it out. And once I got to street level, I called my daughter on a video call so she could know that I arrived safely. Had a little giggle because she was proud of her mama.
And I haven't driven in Manhattan.
I just looked around a bit. I called an Uber. Wow, that Uber was like there. He was right there. And then I got into the Uber.
Actually, I was a Uber driver, but I live in Canada. Yeah.
It's less traffic, right?
Yes, because I drove in the city, so I mean probably a little bit less because there's less people in general, but it can get pretty nuts.
So I took the Uber to my godmother's house and just hung out with her for a bit and chatted, and then at which point my mom and my sister came and picked me up, and then we made the approximately 2-hour trip back to Connecticut, and finally got a nice warm bed to relax and start my holiday.